Well, a local organization works year-round to help those struggling with substance misuse and to help them recover. The Alliance of Coalitions for Healthy Communities is holding a 5K this weekend. And we want to bring in now Steve Norris, who's the Director of Harm Reduction and Recovery Support. Also joining us, Elliot Clute, a top fundraiser who you and Elliot, we're going to talk about your story in a minute, but you know all too well just how close to home this hits. Let me first say, this is the 6th annual, Steve. What have you, in the time that this has evolved from the first one to now, how much has it grown?
It's grown quite a bit. You know, in the first few races, there are 20, 30, 40, 50 people. We're growing into larger crowds, over 200. Lots of people show up. Not everybody participates in races and walks, but we have a lot of participants showing up now.
And for the people who do, though, it really is meaningful. It hits close to home. And Elliot, you have a running team. How many years have you done this?
I've been doing it, oh gosh.
That long?
I've been doing it, yeah, probably about since it started for the whole 6 years, running this team and talking more about shattering the stigma around drug misuse.
And it really is a stigma. Tell me about why you're so involved in this.
So in 2015, when I was 9 years old, my dad passed away of a drug overdose. He'd been having problems since he was in high school. He was 36 when he passed. And after that happened, I couldn't really talk to people or tell people how he died. They would shy away, they would say things, they would act really weird about it. And so since then, my mom's been involved in the Alliance since 2003, I believe she said. And so since then, I've gotten involved with her to help talk about it, to be able to talk about it with other people so that people don't have to shy away from it, because it's not something to be embarrassed about. It's not something that I should have to, you know, hide from other people. And it's helpful to talk about because it doesn't make him a bad person, you know?
Right. I mean, I think you guys know better than anyone who has a family member or a loved one that struggles with this, it's almost out of their hands at times. And it becomes one of those things where you get so much support and yet you're always fighting. Almost like we were talking just a second ago, Steve, just the phrasing itself used to be substance abuse.
Yes.
And now we say misuse, and it's evolved.
Yeah, it has evolved, and language is important, right? We want to be conscious of that language and the way we evolve and the way we understand the disease or substance use disorder.
Yeah.
The more that the courageous inspiration of people like this that come and share these stories and talk about that really kind of erodes the stigma around it and gives people the courage to talk about what they're struggling with instead of suffering in silence.
And you really have, thank you for sharing it, by the way, Elliot. I mean, it has to be, although it seems easy now, this has probably been an evolution for you to be able to talk about it this well.
It's been a journey. It used to be a lot. Now it just kind of feels like second nature talking about it because we've been doing this for so long.
Have you seen changes when you do talk about it with people?
Yes, I feel like nowadays people are a lot more open about it. Like people that I didn't know were struggling will be like kind of more open, like, oh, I have a family member, I have an uncle who used to struggle with this, I have an aunt that used to struggle with this, instead of just being quiet about it and shying away from the topic.
A lot of people, I think it affects so many people. Exactly. Oh, well, let's get to the details of the run. Still time to sign up, I assume?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So it's tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Registration's still open. People can still show up even if they don't want to run or walk. It's a great time to come together, remember those that we've lost, and celebrate those that are still struggling and fighting. And
we have the information right there on your screen. It's in Clawson at the City Park, like you said, starting at 9 a.m. Can people just show up?
Absolutely.
Just show up and support them, yeah.
If they're not going to the race, they better come, the other race, they better come to ours.
I was just going to say, you really scheduled it on a heck of a weekend.
I know, right?
But it's good stuff. If you can support it, please do. Guys, thanks so much for being here and talking about it. We appreciate it. You're welcome.